Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm talking about the narcissist smear campaign. We're going to talk about three things. First of all, when does the smear campaign actually start? Second, how is it that the narcissist lies and everyone believes them? We're going to talk about the psychology behind the smear campaign and why they're so effective at getting people to believe them. And last but not least, how can you use that psychology to your benefit? No, I'm not telling you to be a narcissist. And no, I'm not telling you to use it to manipulate. But there is a reason why you too would want to use this psychology. So let's dive in. So this was a sad reality for me to realize that the narcissist smear campaign does not start after you go no contact, does not start after the relationship ends. The smear campaign is taking place throughout your whole relationship. If you have children with a narcissist, it's taking place with your children. If you have family members in common that are involved in your relationships, it's taking place with your family members, and definitely if you have friends. So this is how the smear campaign takes place while you're still with the narcissist. With children, it comes out where every time you set a rule or a boundary with your child, the narcissist goes against it. And then the narcissist makes you look like you have a problem, like you're a bad person for setting that rule. And they disrespect you, and they teach the children to disrespect you as well. They are already smearing the respect that the child could have for you, the love that the child can have for you from the beginning. With friends and family members, they have kind of the same strategy. What will happen is every time you're going to go out with your friends or family members and you're meeting together socially, before the event, there will be a nightmare. The narcissist will be insulting you, making you feel bad about yourself, pointing out how horrible you are, and just really poking at your own insecurities until you feel awful, insecure, or extremely irritable and angry. Then when you show up to these events, a part of you might be thinking, well, people are going to see. They're going to see how the person treats me. They're going to finally understand. But that doesn't happen because the second the narcissist is in front of someone else, they switch. And suddenly they are concerned and they are loving and kind, and they are a completely different person than who they were 5 minutes before you stepped into wherever you went. But you don't realize the switch. And so you don't switch. You stay angry, irritable, walking on eggshells, confused, mad at the narcissist. And there's this hostility, this stress, energy all around you. But the narcissist is calm and collected. And so with your family and friends, the narcissist might say something like, so-and-so is really high strung on anxiety, but I'm there for him or her. I want to help her. I really just want to make sure that, she's okay. I'm going to take care of her because, she's always flying off the handle and angry and losing control, but I'm trying to help her. So don't worry. If you notice her like that, we're working through it. I'm going to help her. So here they are smearing all these things that you're supposedly high strung, not because of him or her, but because of you, that you have this problem that they're helping you with. And because they are talking highly and positive about you, it is believed. And so when your family or friend comes up to you and they're like, wow, your spouse really cares about you, guess what happens? That is an automatic trigger that sets you off. Now you're furious and you're going off about how this person does not care and what an awful person they are because you are in a triggered state. And they believe the narcissist. So that's how they smear. And this is the psychology behind it. I've always said this in past videos, but it was so awesome because the other day I was watching a video where the guy was analyzing body language and he was talking about what happened with Will Smith and Chris Rock. And then he talks about this tactic that people use to be believed. And so rather than just hearing it from me, let's hear what he said.
I have no idea why two talented people would do something that low down. What the?
There is one thing I want to focus on here that's a really, really great psychological tip that you can use in your day-to-day life, and it's quite practical. So you'll notice he referred to them as talented people. And To some people, that may have sounded a little strange because you're going right in the middle of this rant where he's like tearing them up. He calls them talented. Such a bizarre thing. Why would he acknowledge their talent when he's trying to knock them down? Well, actually, it's the reverse of what we think. The fact that he would refer to them as talented makes him tearing them down more effective. Let me explain. If I spend 10 minutes tearing someone down, just nothing but negative stuff, you might walk away from that and go, okay, well, he's clearly biased against this person. I can't trust his opinion. But if I spend some time complimenting someone, pointing out the good, but then I point out the bad as well, it gives more weight to that negative because you go, okay, well, this person's obviously sound-minded, obviously considering both sides, so that negative seems more believable. In fact, that's a big part of the reason why we learn in analysis to look at both sides and why in my videos I make an effort to do that. Because if you come to my videos and I'm stuck on one side, clearly biased, and all I'm looking for is negative or all I'm looking for is positive, my opinion loses weight. Which is why when in the comments I see people who are completely polarized, like are convinced that something is all bad or all good and aren't applying critical thinking to consider both sides, to me I can't take that comment seriously. You're too biased. You're not critically thinking about the situation at all. So something we teach very often in psychology or persuasion is if you want someone to agree with something you're about to say, more specifically, if you're about to criticize something for whatever reason and you want them to kind of see your position, compliment them first. Legitimately, find something positive that you admire about them and put that compliment down first, then the criticism. The reason for this is if you just start with the criticism and give nothing but criticism, they can easily go, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, and just throw away your opinion. But if you complimented them first, it's harder for them to discredit you entirely because part of your opinion is praise, is a compliment. So they want to believe that you know what you're talking about because you just complimented them.
So that's why they're so believable. When a narcissist is going to smear your name, they don't do it how they do it to your face. To your face, it's all negative and it's like machine gun insults and negativity and aggression. Behind your back, they don't do that. They smear like this. Compliment, 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 insult, insult, compliment. And the person thinks that, you know, this person doesn't have any bad motive against you because they're able to say something nice as well. Whereas most targets of narcissistic abuse really don't want to say a single thing nice. And it's understandable because they are enduring covert psychological and mental abuse that's hidden. And it's been for so long that their nervous system can't take it anymore. But because of that, the person that is believed is the person that compliments while smearing. So how can you use this strategy? Again, this is not to promote narcissistic behaviors, but this is to promote the ability to help others understand your point of view. So notice the motive. The motive is not to manipulate somebody. The motive is to put a question mark over the manipulation that somebody else is enduring about you. So for example, let's say I'm in a relationship or I was in a relationship with somebody that I feel is high on the scale of NPD, and this is just a speculative comparison. I'm not thinking of anyone specific, just a speculation. So we're in this relationship, it ends, and the narcissist always wants to be the victim. Poor me, they're the bad guy, I'm the innocent victim. That's what they always want, right? So they're going to smear. And so the narcissist is like, you know, I really care about Michele. I really always wanted to be with her. I thought our relationship would last forever, and she's such a good person. The only problem is that, you know, she is so angry all the time and she's just out of control. I don't know why she's like that. I think she suffers with anxiety. And I really, you know, I was trying to help her because my whole goal was to make sure that she was okay. I just want her to be happy. But she was out of control and emotionally abusive and psychotic. But, you know, I'm really hoping maybe she can get help now. Anyone listening to that is going to be like, wow, they're broken up and look at how much he cares. Meanwhile, you go to the Michele and the speculation and somebody goes up to her and is like, wow, your ex like really just worries about you. He just wants what's best for you. But Michele, Michele knows exactly what happens behind closed doors. She knows exactly what this person is doing. And so she's not like, oh, yay, thank you so much. He's so great. I just hope, we split our ways and it's all amicable. No, she's not like that. She's like, he's lying. He could care less about me. Anxiety is because of the abuse, and it's kind of one-sided, right? And so guess who is believed? The narcissist. But what if Michele says, and here's the thing, just like the guy said in the video, you can't lie. It's not about lying. It's about finding a truth that you can complement. Okay. So it might be hard, but if you're a parent, you can be like, this person is the father or mother of my child, and I definitely want nothing but the best for him or her. But unfortunately, things did not work out the way I wanted. And, we're just going to try to make the best for the children. We're going to do our best to make this transition as smooth as possible for the children. Now, you might be like, oh, but you didn't smear. You didn't add any smears. You don't have to. So if that person decided to add a smear in that, she could add, unfortunately, there was an anger management problem that I wished that, he had gotten some help with. Had he gotten that, maybe things could have been different, but you know what? I hope the best for him. And again, now you're doing the same thing. You're making your truth known if you feel the need to, which, by the way, personally, do I think that you have to smear? That's completely up to you. But the real goal is you have to remember that you don't need anyone to believe you in order for you to believe you. But this strategy works if you are, for example, in a work environment where you have to be around this person, or you have a community of people that interact together where you're both involved in a specific community and you have to be around certain people that are also around your ex, then this is a strategy to use as well. And the motive behind it isn't to be like, oh, believe me, don't believe him. It's just to not fall into the trap that the narcissist wants you to fall into. They want you to go off on them because they know this psychology behind the smear campaign. They know it. So they know this, as soon as you start getting all angry and polarized and expressing a polarized view, that they are going to be believed. So when you do this, at least it doesn't cause people to 100% believe the narcissist against you. Is there a way to get people to believe you 100%? No. And the reality is that the narcissist will always be better at things like this than us regular people because we are not expert manipulators. But when we learn this strategy, it is so helpful. Again, when we are in circumstances where we still have to be around people that also interact with a narcissist that we no longer are in a relationship with. So I hope this helps. And let me know in the comments below what you think.